Because I guess you wouldn't have that. You would see it, but you probably wouldn't feel it as much because you're not competing, I guess, in that sense.
Nah.
Or do you still feel nervous for just like shooting like a race or like?
I used to get nervous for filming like I would get nervous for sport. Really, like when I was filming races and stuff, especially, you know, you're on like tight lenses and shit, and you're trying to like nail focus points and stuff. Like you only get one. Like you fuck up the dude getting the whole shot. Like you fucked up the dude get you. There's no. It's not like you got 10 pitches to, you know, save yourself.
Yeah.
But So I used to fully get nervous, and I used to. It's funny. I've fully grown out of this now, but I'd go on a film trip, and I'd hate the whole thing. Like I'd hate the whole time. Just
for being stressed.
Yeah, just from being fucking anxious. Like, and I used to think about it all the time, but I never. Like I just wasn't smart enough to know what was going on. I knew it was happening every time, but I didn't know like what it was. But yeah, I'd just be so fucking negative and anxious and like just dim. And then the only time I'd feel good about any of those film trips or the shit that we used to do was when I was sitting on the plane about to take off home. I'd be like, oh, it wasn't that bad. Like, and
I was actually sick.
And I'd tell myself all the time, I'd be like, bro, you just next time you do a trip like this, you got to enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
But
it's hard, man. There's a lot of pressure. But like I'll be at the top of races at like World Cups and even in Australia.
You should feel it more than me too.
Yeah, I know. But people are like perfect. I love Conor Fearon. He's a legend. But dude, at the top of a race, he's always just like, why am I doing this? Like, he's fully like almost psyching himself out because like I think he knows how hard he's going to push. He's like, I hate this part. I just want to like finish. Like he's like fully like kind of in his own head in that sense. And then other people are kind of quiet and whatever. I just try and like you say, be positive because it's just like what's going to happen is what's going to happen. To like enjoy it. Yeah. But like it is a stressful thing.
Well, I think there's like a couple things to that. There's an anxiety that you should feel in your life for anything that you actually give a fuck about. So
I get nervous with podcasts, even though I know it's going to be fine. It's like every time I think about it, I'm like, because I only obviously get people I want to talk to and that I know I can talk to. So I'm like, it's never going to be bad.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't imagine it. But at the same time, I still get nervous. But that's because I want it to do well.
Yeah, you want it to.
Yeah, like my heart's in it. Like I want this thing to grow and I want it to be good. Like even, remember I said to you, like when I read all the time, like I feel like I can articulate my words better.
Yeah.
So like since I've moved up here, I'm just trying to read more just to benefit, even though I should read anyway. And I do enjoy it. But that's like, it's like obviously training for the podcast now. Like I want to start doing that. I want to start writing more, like trying to articulate in that way. And it's just like
writing would be good for you too.
But that's just like you say, like once you're nervous and have a passion for something, it's like that's a good nerve to actually carry with you because it means something.
Yeah, and I guess I always like to think about things and where's the point of diminishing returns? Yeah. So where does this worry now go from net positive to net negative? And then that's where I think you need to switch to your thinking, which is
just preparation, really.
Well, and it's like what you just said before about, well, I'm here now, so what's going to happen is going to happen. And I would think about this. This was especially gnarly for me in like jiu-jitsu tournaments because for motocross, I don't really get nervous because I'm not trying to win. Like I literally don't give a fuck. I just don't want to crash. I just want to finish a race and have fun. But jiu-jitsu, I'm like, okay, I'll definitely want to try and win here.
But how funny is that? Because both of those should almost just be the same thing because it's like.
But the way I feel about it is completely different because of my chances of winning.
Yeah.
So I have zero chance of winning a motocross race. And also there's two people that are doing jiu-jitsu and then everyone's just like watching these two people. It's like flipping a coin. It's a 50-50.
Yeah.
Whereas motocross, like, what I get?
Yeah.
12th? Yeah. Oh, sick. 13th? Cool.
Did a burnout.
11th? Cool. Just like it doesn't, like no one really gives a fuck. But yeah, I'd always get to the point like, okay, so you've got two choices now. You either, this is too much and you don't want to be here, so just leave.
Yeah.
And if you aren't going to just leave, then just stay.
Yeah.
Like that's literally how I like think about it now. So it's like, I do want to be worried about shit and I do kind of like want to be anxious about certain things to a point because if you're not anxious about this, then you don't set it up properly.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't press record at the right time. You don't have a battery charge before you start it, you know.
I think that all just comes back in the preparation. Like I feel like preparation is the thing that takes that nervous energy just lower and lower, and it's still always there, and it should be there. But the more work you put in, it just like makes that voice a bit quieter and a bit more like, oh, it's gonna be hard, but
and
you got it.
And like repetitions too.
Yeah.
So I completely agree with you. But yeah, to build on that, I think that reps is also the most important thing that you can do. Like I definitely noticed through COVID when we were busting out, you know, consistently 2 to 3 shows a week. You just feel like good. You feel ready. Like anyone could call me at any time and I'm saying yes to doing that podcast.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, like this week getting back from Dubai, I hadn't done a podcast in a month. And then the first one is J.O. Archer, who I like really want to do a good job of telling that dude's story because he's been through a lot and achieved something real special. And I just didn't want to do it because I just hadn't done the reps.
Just nerves, yeah.
Yeah, not like
not nerves, but like you don't think it's going to be as
preparation.
Good as it could be. Yeah. It's like doing a race without putting the training in. You're like, oh, I do all right, but fuck, I want to. I think a big thing I've been trying to push within myself since being here is like just put 100% into everything, everything.
Yeah, how you do anything is how you do everything.
Exactly, but really just like the smallest things, like the smallest like things that you wouldn't worry about. Be like, that could be better in some way, so why not make it better? And it's just like when you start doing that, your whole environment just becomes, and just like make things simpler, make things more like accessible, like good things, and then hide bad things so it's like not in your sight.
Yeah.
Like still have it there. I don't think you can get rid of
everything,
and that could be like drinking or partying or whatever, but just put it like so it's a bit harder to get to, I guess.